we begin our today's program. So happy to be with all of you. If I could take a minute just to see who all are here today. We have Gagi, we have Ekansh and Kanak, we have Sai Saswat, Shirang with his younger teddy bear, younger brother. Then we have Abhay Charan De joining us after a long time. Rajapriya Kaina Singh, okay. Gania is there. Yes, Vishwakaran, you can do that. Who else do we have?
Yes, Prajit.
Kids want to switch on the camera, so they're okay, fine, so be it. So thank you all for joining. We are embarking on a new series within the Mantra Jam that is about the life of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And we'll be discussing about Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to prepare ourselves for the upcoming Gaura Purnima. So allow me a second to share my screen with all of you. Hare Krishna. Great. And all right. So just I'm doing some settings here to begin with it. Okay, Hare Krishna. Thank you all for joining. Let's begin with our program for today. Let's offer prayers together. All right. Om Jnana Timirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurun Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswate Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashyataye Deshatarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaur Bhaktavinda. Everyone together. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. So I'm having a little different setup today, so there'll be a little experimentation. So let's see how it goes about. So we'll be speaking about Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and I just made a short plan for the next 5 weeks. And the plan is as follows, that every program will have a song, a kirtan or a bhajan, and that will become a part of your homework for the next 1 week. So now the kids will not be only learning shlokas. I will have less shlokas for you, maybe 1 shloka or 2 shloka at max. But now you'll have a song, bhajan to learn and sing. How many are happy and eager to learn song? Raise your hands. You like to learn songs and then you have to recite, make a recording and send it back to your teachers. Okay? I mean, of course, it's good if you can learn it. That would be wonderful. Okay? So, as I said, I have a different setup here today. So let's see if I can. I don't have any Kartal player right now with me. So I'll do with the Mridanga. And I'll show Gaura Arti and let's see if we can go along with it. Before we do that, just have a quick sound check. If in case sound is coming okay or not. I'll just, Mother Dipasha, I'll just chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra twice. So in case if the sound is okay, then I'll do the Kirtan today. Or else I'll pause unless we have a different set of mention. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Is it going
Prabhuji.
okay?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Okay, great.
Prabhuji, I believe we have some volunteers also for Kartal. Maybe Jagannath Prabhu, Abhaychar and Riyansh, they are raising their hands.
All right, we can, I don't know how well will it be. Mother Dipasha, you can coordinate that. I'm totally fine. And I will
Okay.
share the screen for the Gaur Aarti with everyone.
Ji,
Give
Prabhuji.
me a quick second. Hare
Even
Krishna, Hare
Srirang is ready with his Mradanga.
Krishna.
So Srirang, just ensure that you are in sync with Prabhuji, okay? Abhay, what are you gonna do? Kartal? Even Vrajpriya is ready with her Kartal. I can see her.
Yeah, I remember seeing her. She plays nicely. So whatever you decide which kids go where, fine
Okay.
with it.
So I'm unmuting Vrajpriya. Let's see how does it go.
All right, you're able to see the screen now?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Oops, what changed? How do I get rid of this thing? All right, so let's give a try. Okay, so as you all know, we do the Kirtan. I'll sing along and you all please follow behind. Shiva Jayo Jayo Gaura Chande Arati Ko Shobha Shiva Jayo Jayo Gaura Chande Arati Ko Eva Bahu Koti Chandajini Vardhana Ujvala Eva Bahu Koti Chandajini Vardhana Ujvala Bala Desi Bala Bala Koli Jalamala Bala Desi Bala Bala Koli Jalamala Kiva Shiva Shuka Narada Preme Gadada Kiva Shiva Shuka Narada Preme Gadada Bhakti no Dadeke Gaura Sampada Bhakti no Dadeke Gaura Sampada Gaura Kela Atika Shobha Jagadanivana Loka Gaura Kela Atika Shobha Jagadanivana Loka Gaura Kela Atika Shri Harinam Sankirtan Ki
Jai.
Jai. So can we have the kids read out the translation one by one? Who would like to read? Rajpriya, go ahead. I see your hand up.
All glories to the beautiful Aarti ceremony of Lord Chaitanya. This Gaura Aarti is taking place in a grove of banks of the Janvi Ganges and is attracting the minds of all living entities in the universe.
Read the next line, refrain 1. Complete it.
The splendor of Lord Gauranga Chaitanya Aarti attracts the minds of all living entities of the universe.
Thank you. Gania, next one.
On Lord Chaitanya's right side of Lord Nityananda, on his left is Sri Gadadhara. Nearby stands Sri Advaita and Srinivasa Thakura is holding an umbrella over Lord Chaitanya's head.
Great. Shrirang, the third paragraph.
Lord Chaitanya has sat down on a jeweled throne, and the demigods, headed by Lord Brahma, perform the Aarti ceremony.
Thank you. Shreyaditi.
Narahari Sarkara and other associates of Lord Chaitanya fan him with kamaras and
Kamaras.
headed by Sanjaya Pandita, Mukunda Datta and Vasu Ghosha sing sweet kirtan.
Thank you. Kanak and Akash, fifth point.
The brilliance of Lord Chaitanya's face.
Kanak, the fifth point, not the sixth one. You have to read the fifth.
Conch shell and bells. Khanak?
Conch shells, bell, and carpels, descend, and the Mradhajans play very sweetly. This Kitna
Kirtan.
music is supremely sweet and
Relishable.
relishable to hear.
Haribol, thank you. Refrain 2 is conch shall resound, bell resound, sweetness, sweetness, and sweetness resound. Thank you. Dipasha, can you do that? Because I don't see any other kids in my screen at least. Somebody else have a hand up, they can read the 6th and the 7th.
Prabhuji, I want to
Ridan, you want to read 6?
Prabhuji, can I read?
Yeah,
Prabhuji, I want to speak.
One at a time.
Prabhuji, do we have to learn this translation along the song?
no, if you, I mean, it's easy. Probably not today. Next time I'll give you, because today we have less time. Next time I'll give you the meaning
Can
of it.
we
They're very
only
simple.
read the translation of Aarti?
Sorry?
Yes.
We'll talk about it. We'll
Sir,
talk about House of Flow. Yeah, let's finish with it. Hidan, please go ahead quickly. The 6 pointer.
The brilliance of Lord Chaitanya's face conquers millions upon millions of moons. Land of forest flowers around his neck shines.
Brilliant. And the last one, 7th. Who would like to read it?
Lord,
Yeah, Ananshi.
Prabhuji, me.
Riyansh, go ahead. Go ahead.
Lord Shiva, Sukade Goswami, and Narada Muni are all there, and their voices are choked with the ecstasy of transcendental love. Thus, Thakura Bhakti Vinoda visions the glory of Lord Sri Chaitanya.
Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu ki.
Jai.
Shri Gaura Arti ki. Jai. So thank you all for taking part in this. And sorry if I couldn't see you all raising your hand and allow you, but excuse me for that. And let's quickly get into our presentation and start the program for today. All right. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So today we're going to speak about the golden avatar. So who is that golden avatar? Is what is the point of discussion for today? Let's begin with our talk. So the golden avatar. So who is this golden avatar? So what is golden avatar means? Refers to the complexion. So first of all, who is this golden avatar? So it is explained in Srimad-Bhagavatam. Well, let's begin it this way. So this golden avatar is none other than Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who appeared almost 550 years ago. I'll be speaking about his appearance in a short while. But let's see what the scriptures describe or speak about this golden avatar. This is a word which is coming from Srimad-Bhagavatam, where this is one of the homework verses. Of course, in this series, I will not have too many verses for all of you, but a song or a bhajan to learn. But this is the one verse that we all want to learn it, which is an evidence of the divinity of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So all of you can recite behind me. Krishna Varnam Tusha Krishnam. So how we go about it, I'll read the line and all of you please repeat. You don't have to unmute yourself, but you can just read at your side, okay? Krishna Varnam Tusha Krishnam Sango Pangastra Parshadam Yagne Sankitana Praye Yajanti Sumedasaha. So let's make it a little more interactive. All of you have the right to unmute yourself. And when I finish reciting the first line, then all of you please repeat after, okay? Krishna Varnam Tusha Krishnam
Krishna Varnam
Sangopanga Sapashadam Yagne Sankirtana Praye Yajantihi Sumedhasaha. Thank you, thank you. Allow me to just mute you all quickly. So this is the verse from 11th canto, 5th chapter, verse number 32 of Srimad-Bhagavatam. The translation is as follows. In the age of Kali, intelligent persons, Sumedasa, intelligent persons, perform what? Yagne Sankirtana prayer. What kind of sacrifice they perform? They perform Sankirtana. They perform congregational chanting to worship the incarnation of Godhead. Now, who's the incarnation of Godhead? Krishna Varnam Tusha Krishnam. No. He, Sango Pangastra Pashadam, he constantly sings the names of Krishna. Krishna Varnam Tusha Krishnam. His complexion is not blackish, but he is Krishna himself. And he is accompanied, Sango Pang Astra Pashadam. He is accompanied by his associates, servants, weapons, and confidential companions. And this is the reference which is given about in Srimad Bhagavatam for the confidential incarnation of Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in the age of Kali. So to begin our discussion, how do we know about Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, about his life? So there are many writings about Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. These are some of the prominent. So his early life was recorded by the contemporary, which means the associate of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Of course, Murari Gupta was elder to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu that way, by Murari Gupta. And then later life was recorded by his private secretary, Sri Swarup Damodar. And Chaitanya Charitamrit by Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj, who had written this, Chaitanya Charitamrit. And along with that, we have Chaitanya Mangal, we have Chaitanya Bhagavat, and other literatures about Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, which explains in details about his activities when he appeared in this world around 500 plus years ago. How did Srila Prabhupada define or explain about Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? Just 2-3 points. Srila Prabhupada called him as a golden avatar. Srila Prabhupada says he is the great apostle of love of God, which means the beacon of love of God. He's the father of congregational chanting of the Lord's holy name, and we'll discuss about this. It was Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu who introduced to this world the chanting of the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. And he is a Kali Yuga Pavana, Sabha Avatara, Sara Shiromani. Kali Yuga Pavan means for this age of Kali Yuga, he is the one who delivers the mankind and paves the way, or opens the opportunity to realize who we are and our relationship with the Supreme Personality. So why did Lord descended in this terrible age of Kali? Why Krishna has to come as Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and then later on become a sannyasi and wander around and preach the glories of Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, and devotional service to Lord Sri Krishna. So the reasons why Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appeared, first, this is from Srila Prabhupada's writings in a simplest format, so all of you can know of that. And of course, I'll give you more reasons as we proceed ahead. First is to reciprocate with the pleas, with the request of his great devotee, Sri Advaita Acharya. We'll be discussing that story in a short while. Today is a very auspicious day of Advaita Acharya's appearance. In other words, today is his birthday. Many years ago, Advaita Acharya appeared on today's. So you all can wish him happy birthday in your style. To reestablish the love of God in this age of quarrel, that was the objective of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and to also the taste, the mellows of love, to also, to understand the emotions experienced by Srimati Radharani. And the last, most importantly, to preach the importance of chanting the holy names of the Lord in this age of quarrel as the royal way to ultimate happiness. So this is a very brief introduction about Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Who is he? He's a golden avatar. What is an evidence? We quoted from Srimad Bhagavatam. Why did he descend into this world? And how do we know about his life? So we have discussed a little bit introduction. Let's start. Let the story begin. How did Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appeared in this world? So the stories of his appearance begins as follow. Just a quick second. Why my screen froze here? Hare Krishna. Is my presentation visible to all of you? Hare Krishna, yes or no? Give me a thumbs up if you can see the presentation. Okay, great. Some of the screen is frozen for me in that way. All right. So, how did this whole story started? How did Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appear in this world is what going to be the subject matter for today's discussion. So let's go back a little bit at the time when Lord Shri Krishna was present in this world. 5,000 years ago, as we all know. Okay, it's frozen. Yeah, so be it. I'm just narrating the story now. So 5,000 years ago, Lord Shri Krishna, as we all know, he appeared in this world and he performed many, many wonderful pastimes. And then at the end of the Mahabharata war, and after Yudhishthira Maharaj ruled for 36 years, we all went through Mahabharata study last year. Then Lord Shri Krishna departed from this world and he went back to Golok Vrindavan. So then when Lord Shri Krishna went away, that's the time Lord Shri Krishna began to ponder. He wanted to return back to this world, but this time in the role of a devotee. Why in a role of a devotee? To teach the people of Kali Yuga how to practice bhakti and the glories of devotion service. He wanted to give the gift of loving service to everyone, one and all. And therefore, he appeared in the form of a devotee as Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And therefore, Lord Shri Krishna appearing as Shri Krishna Chaitanya taught the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Now, what is the importance of chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra? Why Hare Krishna devotee is always speaking about the chanting? Because it is explained again. I should have noted down this verse. I'll give you the reference later on. So in Srimad-Bhagavatam, there's a verse that says, I'm talking about why do we chant Hare Krishna? What is the need for chanting Hare Krishna? So there's a verse in Srimad-Bhagavatam 12th canto which says, Kalera dosh nidhe rajan astihi eka mahan gunaha kirtanat eva krishnasya mukta sangha param vijit. I don't have it on the slide. I'll put it onto the slide and give it to you later on. This could be the second verse for all of you to learn. So in this age of Kali, or Kali Yuga, it's filled with faults, filled with errors. We don't have a good lifespan. We don't have a good memory. On top of it, our mind is always agitated and so forth, are described as the features of Kali Yuga. In this age of Kali Yuga, there is one good thing. What is that? Kalaya dosha nidhe rajan astihi eka mahan gunaha. There's one great thing. Kirtanat eva krishnasya. The glory of Kali Yuga is, in this Kali Yuga, we have an opportunity to take part in the congregational chanting of Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Everyone with your hands raised high, let us chant together. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So question comes, what will happen if I chant Hare Krishna? So then it is mentioned, when you chant Hare Krishna, Mukta Sangha Param Vrajit. You don't have to write any more exams in your school. You become liberated. I seriously mean it, huh? No more exams. How many of you love exams? How many of you are fearful of your school exams? Raise your hands. Hare Krishna, I don't know how to see. I can't see everyone. So maybe you ping it on the chat. How many of you are fearful of your school exams? Or how many of you don't like exams? Okay. So I see the messages of some of you. Fine. So yes, Mukta Sangha Paramvajit. What it means is, if you chant holy names of the Lord, if you chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra, you don't have to take birth again in this world. And trust me, there is no school education, college education, and exams in Vaikuntha. When you're born with full knowledge. You don't have to go to any school and write exam. But as long as you are in this world, you have to take birth again, you have to write exams. So just a little thing. Anyways, so Lord Shri Krishna wanted to appear into this world. And he had 3 desires that he wanted to fulfill. Okay, I'm not able to make all the notes on PPT, so I would request kids to come with a pen and paper, okay? We'll have a quiz for you at the end of this 5-session series on Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So if you have an opportunity, write down. and we'll have an exam, and let's see who gives the correct answer at the end of these 5 sessions. So there are 3 reasons why Lord Shri Krishna wanted to appear as Shri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. The very first reason, which is described by Krishna Das Kaviraj Goswami Shri Chaitanya Charitamrita, is Lord Shri Krishna wanted to understand the glories of the devotion of Srimati Radharani's love for him. Who is Srimati Radharani? Anyone knows? Who would like to give the answer? Madan Pasha, you can coordinate if somebody has raised her hand or his hand. Who is Srimati Radharani?
Ji Prabhuji. So Shri Ram, Ganya, Ridan. Yeah,
Many have their hands up.
Yeah.
Who have not spoken so far. You can give it to anyone. Let's go.
Ganya, you want to say something?
Okay. Gadadhar.
Okay. All right. No, I'm not asking who is Srimati Radharani in Chaitanya Leela. Oh, that's pretty interesting. Huh? Ganya knows. I'm asking who's Radharani?
Okay, Ridan, you want to tell? You may unmute yourself.
Yes, Prabhuji. Srimati Radharani is the topmost devotee of Lord Krishna.
Haribol. Thank you. Thank you. I'm so happy. This is only possible by the mercy of Srila Prabhupada that we know the most confidential knowledge. The best of the yogis and mystics also don't know who Srimati Radharani. And here we have a 7-8-year-old boy, Hridan, who knows who Srimati Radharani. This is the glories of Srila Prabhupada. Can you read correct? So she is the dearmost devotee of Lord Shri Krishna, and therefore Lord Shri Krishna wanted to, understand the glories of her love. So that's the first reason why Lord Shri Krishna wanted to appear as Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Second reason, which Krishna Das Kaviraj Goswami explains, he wanted to taste the nectar of his own sweetness. So the point here is, Lord Shri Krishna found that Srimati Radharani is more happy than he is. So Lord Shri Krishna wondered, I am the cause of all causes, I am the supreme, but my devotee is more happy than I am. What is the reason for it? Therefore, Lord Shri Krishna appeared in the mood of Srimati Radharani to understand the glories, his own glories, to understand the sweetness of his own love. So that's the reason Lord Shri Krishna appeared to understand what is so special about himself that makes his devotees more blissful than the Lord himself, like that. And the third reason, Lord Shri Krishna came here, of course, to experience the sweetness and also to enjoy and to understand the happiness that Srimati Radharani experiences. So these are said to be 3 internal reasons by Krishna Das Kaviraj Goswami for which Lord Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appeared. So let me ask you a question here. Lord Shri Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, I appear. So I'm going to give you 3-4 reasons. You have to tell me the answer. Which is the topmost reason for Krishna's appearance? Lord Shri Krishna says, Yada yada hi dharmasya glanir bhavati bharata. Whenever there is a rise in irreligion, I appear. Whenever there is decline in dharma, I appear. I appear to, protect the devotees. I appear to destroy the demons. So according to you, among these 4, which is the topmost reason which inspires Lord Shri Krishna to appear in this world? First, when Krishna appears to, whenever there's an increase in religion, Krishna appears whenever there's decline in religion, Krishna appears. The third option, to protect the devotees. And fourth, Krishna appears to destroy the demons. What is the correct answer? 1, 2, 3, 4. You have to type in. I give you the 4 options. No. Which is the most important? Of course, all is given, Lord Shri Krishna says. The third option, the fourth option, which one? The fourth is to destroy the demons. The third, to protect the devotees. Second, he appears because there's a decline in religion. And first, because there is an increase in religion. So yes, I'm glad. Thank you. All the kids are correct. The topmost reason Lord Shri Krishna appears is to reciprocate with the devotees, to exchange love with the devotees. When it comes to protecting and when it comes to destroying demons, Lord can send his own energies. So that's the point. Similarly, Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appeared in this world with the following internal reasons. So, by the wish of the Lord, the companions and associates of the Lord had already appeared more than 550 years ago in this world at the place called as Navadip. Two of them, of his eternal associates, are Advaita Acharya. Advaita Acharya, whose appearance day is today, is none other than Mahavishnu, who is also known as, what is another name for Mahavishnu? Is it Garbhodakshay? First, second, Karanodakshay, or third, Shirodakshay Vishnu? So which one? What is the other name for Mahavishnu? In fact, I forgot the sequence. What sequence I gave you? Okay, let's hear from any one of you. Who would like to say what is the other name for Mahavishnu? Jagannath, go ahead. I don't know, your hand is up for which question, but your hand is up for a while now. Otherwise, you all can type in the chat box.
It is Shiradakshay Vishnu or Garbhodakshay?
No, it is Karanai Daksha Vishnu. Mahavishnu is Karanai Daksha Vishnu. And then you have Garbhodakshay, and then you have Shirodakshay, Shirsagar. Okay, thank you. So before Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu or Lord Shri Krishna appeared as Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, two of Lord's eternal associates, one is Mahavishnu and of course Balaramji, appeared. Mahavishnu appeared as Advaita Acharya and Balaramji. How did Balaramji appear in the Leela of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? You guys have to be quick on the chat box. Quickly you have to type in. How did Balaramji appear in Chaitanya Leela? Yes, as Nityananda. And anything else? Balaramji also appeared in one more form, and in the form of an elder brother of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's name was Vishwambar. Vishwarup, I got forget. I'll see that. You and I got confused. So as an elder brother of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Balaramji had also appeared. So let's continue with our storyline. So Sri Advaita Acharya, when he saw that how the people of Navadip, or the people of this world at large, have become irreligious. The Brahmanas at that time were performing all kinds of sinful activities. They were encouraging people in all kinds of irreligious acts, and they themselves were performing irreligious acts. The goal of Brahmanas, the goal of the intelligent class of society had become to make money and enjoy life and not to worship the Lord. People at that point of time had become entirely against to the worship of Lord Shri Vishnu, and they were all in the worship of Anya Devatas with an idea to fulfill their desires. So when Sri Advaita Acharya saw that people are not worshipping Krishna and not even allowing them to worship the Lord Shri Krishna, then Advaita Acharya, who lived at Shantipur, which is just a few kilometers away from Navadip, there Advaita Acharya, at his place, at his house at Shantipur, which was right next to the bank of Ganges, he would every morning would perform worship to his Shaligram Shila. He would offer the fresh tulsi leaf to Shaligram Shila and bathe the Shaligram Shila with the Ganges water. And then will offer a prayer to Lord Shri Krishna. And he would loudly call out the names of Lord Shri Krishna while worshipping his Shaligram Shila with an intention to invite the Lord to appear. His calls to Shri Krishna was so powerful. His call for Lord Shri Krishna's name was so powerful that it shook, it is mentioned in Chaitanya Bhagavatam, that Narayan sitting in Vaikuntha, that Vaikuntha began to tremble when Advaita Acharya was calling out the names of Lord Shri Krishna. Shall we do a little rehearsal? Let me give you a try, how Advaita Acharya called out the name of Lord Shri Krishna. So I'll give you all of you the right to unmute. And at least when we call out the names of Krishna, at least our neighbors should get woken up. All right? So you have to really loudly call out the names of Krishna. Advaita Acharya called out the name of Krishna, Vaikuntha, which is so far away. So far away that we can't even measure the distance. There the Narayan's abode began to shake and tremble because of the calling of the names of Lord Shri Krishna. So all of you, let's come together and let's loudly call out the name of Lord Shri Krishna. All right, all of you are mute. We'll go at the go of 1, 2, and 3. And by the way, those who have headphones, please take your headphones off, okay? So don't have your headphones on. Remove your headphones. And we go at the 3. 1 to 3, and 3 times we're going to call out, following in the footsteps of Advaita Acharya. 1, 2, and let's see who calls out the name of Lord Shri Krishna the most loudly. 3, Krishna! Krishna! अरे आपके रूम में तो एक मच्छर ने भी नहीं सुना होगा कृष्णा का आवाज. तुम लोग इतने धीरे धीरे से बोल रहे हो. You kids have to be loud enough. Even the mosquito wouldn't have got frightened by your calling out. You have to raise your hands high and you have to, with full voice, you have to call out. Okay, one more try. Let's see everyone on the screen here. 1, 2, 3, everyone, okay? Loudly. 1, 2, 3. Krishna! No. Not good, not good. One more try, last try, okay? You have to be really loud this time. So loud that your parents should come running to know what happened, why are you calling out the names of Krishna, okay? It has to be really loud. I want to see your parents standing behind you to figure out what's happening here. 1, 2, 3, go! Krishna! Krishna! All right. Thank you. So when we chant like this, or at least when Advaita Acharya chanted, Narayan, he really got shaken up there. And when Krishna heard Advaita Acharya's loud and heartfelt calls, he decided to appear in Navadip immediately as Lord Gauranga. Gauranga means one whose body is golden, just like Srimati Radharani. Thus, taking Srimati Radharani's complexion and her mood, Lord Shri Krishna appeared in the form of Lord Gauranga to fulfill his 3 desires and to also reciprocate to the request of Shri Advaita Acharya. And when the right time came, Lord Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu or Lord Shri Krishna created a favorable time for his appearance. And on the full moon night in the month of Falguna, which means around in the month of February to March, Lord Shri Krishna appeared as Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. But he did not appear just like Shri Krishna Chaitanya like that. First of all, Lord Shri Krishna inspired everyone to chant the holy names of the Lord. As you can see, everyone right now taking a dip in the Ganges. So all the residents of Navadip had assembled and they all were taking bath in the Ganges. And with the hands raised high, they all were chanting the names of Lord Shri Krishna. Krishna, Krishna, Krishna. And the whole of Navadip was resounding aloud with the names of Hare Krishna, with the names of Krishna, with the holy names of the Lord. And at that special time, the most merciful, the magnanimous Lord Shri Krishna appeared to this world in the mood and the complexion of Srimati Radharani. He took birth in Shri Navadip Dham as Shri Gauranga, the son of Jagannath Mishra and Sachi Devi. His mother and father, as well as his elder brother, Vishwarup was the name of his elder brother, were overjoyed, were so happy that they have had the son in the form of Gauranga. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu were given different names. His grandfather gave him the name of Vishwambar. Okay, this is one of the question. I'm leaking the question paper to all of you. And the question is, what are the different names of Lord Gauranga? So one name was Vishwambar, which was given to him by his grandfather. His mother Sachi, used to call him as Nimai. Why Nimai? Because Lord Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu took birth underneath the neem tree. And like that, there are different names were given. So before Lord Shri Krishna appeared as the son of Sachi, as Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Shri Balaramji had appeared in Eka Chakra. as the son of Sri Hadai Pandit and Padmavati Devi as Nityanand Prabhu. So when Nityanand Prabhu had appeared before, so he was roaming all over India with a sadhu, and very later on they go, Nityanand Prabhu get to meet Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. That story we'll discuss later on, like this. So Lord Gauranga, when Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appeared, or Gauranga appeared, he had a very, very beautiful, sweet, golden complexion. So many, for different reasons, as I said, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu were given different names. Nimai was one name, Vishwambar was given by his grandfather, Nilamba Chakravarti. Not only this, in Chaitanya Bhagavatam, there are stories given that when Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu or Lord Shri Krishna appeared in this world, every day, not only when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appeared, before even the appearance of Lord Shri Chaitanya, many devatas, all devatas and goddesses used to come and take darshan of Mother Sachi before Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appeared. And after Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appeared, they all came to take darshan of the beautiful form of the Lord. And they would always bring many, many gifts disguised as a form of a human being so that nobody could recognize them. Some will sing beautiful songs, others will perform musical instruments, some would praise, some would dance in happiness. And like this, every day it was a daily affair when many, many devatas would come and would take darshan of the Lord. Nimai began to grow like that. And there are many, many stories about Nimai's childhood. I'll quote some of those stories like that. So how did Nimai or Chaitanya Mahaprabhu fulfill the purpose of his appearance? The purpose of his appearance was the congregational chanting of the holy names of the Lord. So to fulfill that, Lord Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, whenever there would be no chanting of the holy names, if nobody is chanting holy names in and around him, then Nimai would begin to cry. And he would cry and cry and cry, and he would not stop crying until the mother, the aunts, and all, and everyone would come and start chanting Hari Hari. I like that Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu engaged everyone in the chanting of the holy names of the Lord. Are you all able to see the presentation? Because my screen is getting frozen. Yes? Okay, great. So like this, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu engaged everyone in chanting of the holy names of the Lord, and whenever people would not chant, he would begin to cry. So like this, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu performed wonderful pastimes. And one day, the pastime of our Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, let me just see which one we should take. There are many pastimes. Let's talk about the pastime of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Nimai Pandit, sitting on a snake. So once upon a time, when Nimai Pandit was growing up, right in his courtyard, from the bushes, came out a huge serpent. It was a very, very huge serpent. The serpent came and sat in the courtyard. And that time, Jagannath Mishra and Sachi Mata was not there. And Nimai Pandit, he came out of his house and he went into the courtyard. He's very young. He cannot walk right now. He's crawling on his feet. He went out and he saw there's a big snake coiled up. So what will you do if you see a snake? How many kids will run away? Raise your hands. How many of you think if I see a snake, I will run away? If yes, raise your hands up. If you think no, Prabhuji, I would not be afraid, then probably you don't need to share, raise your hand. So almost everyone says will be afraid, but what did Nimai Pandit do? He went and sat on top of the snake. And now the snake has raised his hood on top of Nimai Pandit, and Nimai Pandit is playing in the coils of the snake. It's a huge serpent. And after some time, the parents of Nimai Pandit, which means Jagannath Mishra, Mother Sachi, came there. And when they came and they saw what is happening, Nimai Pandit is sitting in the coil of the snake, the huge serpent. They became frightened. They began to call out the names of Lord Narasimha, Lord Vamana, to protect their son, how to save him. And somehow, when the snake, who was none other than Ananta Shesh, When he saw how Jagannath Mishra and Mother Sachi is becoming so troubled, they're suffering so much because of the fear. At that point of time, Anand Shesh decided to go away from the place. And slowly, slowly, Anand Shesh opened his coil. Nimai Pandit slipped onto the ground, and Anand Shesh, the serpent, went inside the bushes. And immediately Jagannath Mishra and Mother Sachi lifted the son, brought them into their arms. They were so happy the son is okay. But Nimai Pandit began to cry. He wanted to come out of the arms of his parents and he wanted to catch the snake. Snake was running and Nimai Pandit was running behind the snake. The snake was crawling into the bushes and Nimai Pandit was crawling behind the snake, trying to get hold of the snake. And like this whole pastime ended and everyone was amazed. So Vrindavan Das Thakur, while describing this story in Chaitanya Bhagavatam, says, whoever hears a story would never have to take birth again in this material world. So there are many, many beautiful incidents. I'll quote one more incident. I see our time is getting up today. And as you see on the slide, another incident is about, there were two thieves. They came upon the place of Navadip, where Lord Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu had appeared. So Lord Shri Krishna or Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Jagannath Mishra, Mother Sachi, had decorated Shri Krishna Chaitanya or Nimai Pandit with many bangles and ankle bells, a lot of jewelry. So these two thieves or robbers, they came to the town and they saw Nimai Pandit and they thought, oh, let us kidnap this child. They called the child, they called Nimai Pandit, they tried to offer him some sweets. They captured the child and they tried to take the child away into the forest and run away. So they put Nimai Pandit on their shoulder and slowly and silently they go into the bushes, go into the forest, and now they began to run, hoping that they would run away far and far away from the house of Nimai Pandit. The robbers are running, the thieves are running, they're running and they're running and running. And when they reached their home, when they came on the outskirts of their house, and as soon as they reached there, they realized that Jagannath Mishra and Mother Sachi Devi are standing there. The parents of Nimai Pandit are there. They were shocked. They didn't understand what happened. And suddenly Nimai Pandit jumped off of the shoulder of the thieves and he went running and he went inside the house and hugged Jagannath Mishra and Mother Sachi. And thieves were confused. And what had happened all this while, by the yoga potency of the Lord, or by the will of the Lord, the thief ran and ran and ran, and he ran in circles. And he came back and brought the son, Nimai Pandit, right back to his house. He actually never reached to their house. And like this, the thief brought Nimai Pandit back to their house. And when Jagannath Mishra was looking for Nimai Pandit everywhere, Jagannath Mishra asked, Nimai, where were you? Nimai said, Father, I was lost in the jungle. And these two gentlemen, they brought me back here. Jagannath Mishra came out. He wanted to reward these two robbers, who Nimai Pandit said, no, they were very kind to me. They put me onto the shoulder and they took me onto the jungle ride. They fed me a lot of sweets. My dear father, you should award them. And as soon as Jagannath Mishra came out and he saw the robbers and the robbers saw Jagannath Mishra, of course the thieves were scared and they began to run away. And Jagannath Mishra was running behind them. No, wait. Where are you going? You brought my son back to me. Please, you have to take something from me. And like this, another beautiful incident where Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu performed in his childhood or in his young age. There's another wonderful pastime of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu or Nimai Pandit and a Brahmana. It's a big pastime. I will pause here. I'll give you a 1-minute summary of this pastime and we'll start our next week discussion from here. And in this pastime, when Nimai Pandit was almost of the age of Kanak, or let's say of the age of Ganiya, or maybe as young as Sai Saswat, definitely not elder than that. A great devotee of Lord Shri Krishna came to the house of Jagannath Mishra, a great Brahmana. Jagannath Mishra invited this Brahmana and he said, my dear Brahmana, please come. And this Brahmana had a Gopal deity who he loved and loved a lot. And he invited him and he said, please, you come here and you stay with us. You cook for your Gopala deity, you serve and allow us to serve you. Brahmana accepted the invitation of Jagannath Mishra. He went to the house. Jagannath Mishra arranged for the grocery, gave it to this Brahmana. This Brahmana cooked a big feast for his Gopala deity. He offered the bhoga to the Lord. And that one time, when this Brahmana closed his eyes, he rang his bell and he offered the prayer to Gopal to come and honor the bhoga. And when this Brahmana opened his eyes, Nimai Pandit was sitting on the altar of this Brahmana, having the whole plate in his hand and eating the bhoga which was meant for Gopal, the deity of this Brahmana. When Brahmana saw this, he said, hi, this little boy has spoiled my offering. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu Nimai Pandit said, Hare, why do you blame me? You were only calling out my name. You said, Lord Shri Krishna, please come and accept my offering. I came and now you're complaining? Nimai Pandit kept the plate and ran away from there. In the meantime, Jagannath Mishra came. He begged for forgiveness and then he again requested the Brahmana to offer another offering for his Gopal deity. What happened next? Did Nimai Pandit came again and ate the offering? Brahmana didn't know who this Nimai Pandit was, and Brahmana thought this Nimai Pandit is a young boy who is a naughty child who has spoiled my offering to the deity of Gopal. And if I don't offer anything to Gopal, how will I eat? So Jagannath Mishra was worried, if the guest has come to their house, who would serve them? And if the Gopal doesn't eat anything? So did Nimai Pandit allowed this Brahmana to make his offering to Gopal? Or did Nimai Pandit came back again and ate the offering? All this discussion, we'll have it next week when we meet. We'll pause here. But before we conclude for today's discussion, I'll continue this story next time. Let's have a quick question answer with what we have discussed today. So we know what did we learn today. How does this whole thing move? Yeah. So a quick question for all of you now. Who remember the reasons for Shri Krishna's appearance as Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? You can give any of the reasons that you remember. We discussed 3 reasons. You can give me any one reason. It's fine. Why did Lord Shri Krishna appear as Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? Who would like to give an answer? So if the kids can have their camera on, so I can see them. Abhay Charan, I see you. Go ahead.
Prabhuji, because of Advaita Acharya wanted to come Krishna on the earth, and he should
All right.
give the holy name of Krishna to all.
Thank you, Abhay Charan. Anything else? Who would like to give an answer? Jagannath. Jagannath, you're not visible, Jagannath.
Prabhuji, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you, but I can't see you. Go ahead, Jagannath.
Prabhuji, can I give one reason? The first reason is that he wanted to check. He wanted to check how much is Krishna Bhakti is in the world. I think that's the second point.
Okay, Jagannath, good. Okay, I muted myself. Okay, Hridan, what's the answer? What is one of the reasons?
To taste the experience of Srimati Radharani.
Yes, Krishna thought, why Srimati Radharani is more happy than I? I want to experience that. That was one of the reasons. Great. So, of course, as we all know, some of you said Advaita Acharya offered prayer. Why did Advaita Acharya have to call out for Lord Shri Krishna Chaitanya or Lord Shri Krishna to appear in this world? What was the situation in Navadip that time? Advaita Acharya, why did he call out for Krishna? What was the situation on Navadip at that point of time? Yes, Shriram.
Prabhuji, all the Brahmanas were not following the rules of Brahmanas. They were only living for money and life, and they were worshipping the demigods to fulfill their desires.
Yes, thank you. So what is the name of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's parents? Anushi, go ahead.
Jagannath Mishra and Jagannath Mishra and Sati Devi.
Yes, Mother Sachi. What's the name of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's elder brother? Or in other words, what was the name Nilambar Chakravarti gave to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? And what was the name of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's elder brother? Anyone remembers? Anyone? Quick. Priyansh, go ahead quickly.
Prabhuji, the brother of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Vishwarup.
And what was the name that Nilambar Chakravarti, the grandfather of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, gave to him?
Vishwambar.
Yes, Vishwambar. Thank you all. Happy to know that you all heard it carefully. So with that, we end here today's discussion. And all of you remember Gaura Arti and the shloka, Krishna Varnam Tusha Krishna. So that will give you, so that's for your homework. And Gaura Arti, you all can possibly try to learn it, record it and send to your teachers. Okay. Thank you all for joining in. Is there any question? Yes, Abhay. What's your point? Go ahead, Abhay.
Prabhuji, one time Advaita Acharya gave the prasadam for Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Nityananda Mahaprabhu. Means Nityananda Chaitanya Mahaprabhu ate Prabhuji, but Nityananda Mahaprabhu threw the prasadam na Prabhuji. He told
Okay.
that I don't want your prasadam. It is not nice. Told Prabhuji. Why Prabhuji?
Yeah, it is not good. Advaita, what have you cooked? Blah! He threw the plate away.
Yes, Prabhuji. Why Nityananda Mahaprabhu threw that like?
Nityananda Prabhu is Balram, Advaita is Mahavishnu.
Prabhuji?
Nityananda Prabhu is Balram ji and Advaita Acharya is Mahavishnu. So they're having a playful time. They're having some fun together. But they're both Vishnu, right?
Yes, Prabhuji.
They're just teasing each other. They're having some fun with each other. All right? But you're not supposed to throw prasadam. Huh? You should not say Nityananda Prabhu threw prasadam, so I can also throw prasadam. That is not you're supposed to do.
Okay.
All right. Okay, thank you kids for joining it. Hare Krishna, Jagadguru Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu ki jai. Hare Krishna.